Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction and discussion video for the 10th episode of Season 2 of Stargate SG1 called Bane. Don't forget you can see the full version of this reaction on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw Daniel and Teal'c return to Abydos. Daniel returned to tell Sharae's father that he had not found her yet. But her father surprised them when he showed them that Sharae was there. And even more of a surprise, she was pregnant. She told Daniel that Apophis was the father, and he had left her there to hide the baby from his enemies. The baby was intended to be his new host. The Goa'uld inside her had repressed itself temporarily to not harm the baby, so Sharae was her old self for now. Jack and Sam went to Washington to receive a medal from the president due to them saving the world from Apophis when he attacked with those two ships in orbit. We discovered Sam's father was there, and he was also a general in the Air Force, but he had no idea about the Stargate or what Sam does. He told her that he had pulled some strings to get her into NASA, which was always her dream, but she had to turn him down and not really say why. He told her he was dying of cancer, but she still had to say no, which caused issues between them. A reporter approached Jack with evidence about the Stargate and said that he was going to run a story in a newspaper about it. After telling Hammond about the reporter, Jack met him again when he was promptly killed in a hit-and-run accident. Just as Daniel and Teal'c were going to return to Earth with Sharae, one of Apophis's enemies turned up to take the child. Sharae gave birth when they were in hiding, and Teal'c framed the other Goa'uld when they took the baby and gave him to Sharae's father to take care of. Apophis returned and retrieved Sharae, who was now back under Goa'uld control, but she saw Daniel and the others hiding and didn't say anything. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Very advanced ghost town.
The architecture may indicate an Earth ancestry.
Oh, man.
That's interesting. Daniel said that it would indicate Earth ancestry, but they're an advanced species. I'm assuming that's kind of like a throwaway sentence to explain why it does look like an Earth-designed building. But if the people were taken thousands of years ago off Earth, would the buildings look like they do now on Earth here? Don't know. Weird thing. What would actually influence building design? Obviously, our past influences the design of modern buildings, but also the environment. So, yeah, don't know how Earth-like buildings would look if they were made on other planets, or if people were taken from Earth that long ago. Interesting to know. But where is everyone?
Seems like they might have a bit of a pigeon problem.
That's a big pigeon.
Perhaps they suffered the same fate as the inhabitants of the city.
Or caused it.
Wow!
What was that? Why are they looking like that? Ah!
What are you gonna do?
Get a very big bit of newspaper and hit it. Ooh. What if that shell is really hard? Ooh. And it ricochets.
We better get out of here. No, really? No, really.
What? Ah. Right, well, what if he's been... what if he's been injected with something that's some sort of disease that could spread? This is again another of those times they should go somewhere else. Another planet. And bring doctors there. I know there's been sort of talk in the comments about some things I've said. I don't necessarily mean they should have, although obviously in an ideal world or other world, they would have another base on another planet. I don't necessarily mean that. I just mean they should have a safe location that they can go to, and then they can bring doctors from Earth to there when needed. So they don't need like a full-on base on another planet. Just somewhere they can go with some sort of temporary, I don't know, tents or some sort of temp build of some kind, which wouldn't be expensive to build. And maybe keep a few soldiers there just to guard it and be ready to receive people when they arrive. So it would be fairly cheap in the scale of how expensive this project must be. And just they would go there first, and then if there's problems, you bring doctors from Earth there to check things out. And then if it's all okay, everyone goes back to Earth. It's just a stepping stone kind of thing. It would just, who knows what's happened to Teal'c?
Those are bugs, sir.
Big bugs. They were bugs. Now they're dead bugs. Ooh. And this is Teal'c. Normally he's protected by the Gould inside him.
Teal'c, shouldn't your larval ghoul be healthy?
Yeah.
That is correct. But it is not.
That's not good, because he's pretty much been protected from everything that's happened so far. That when Jack was speared through the shoulder, and that virus was spreading, and everyone was affected, he was protected. So yeah, he's normally protected from stuff like that. It was good acting. He really did look like he was in pain and being affected, which is probably he's a pretty stoic kind of guy, so he doesn't really show pain and emotion like that. So it must be bad for him to be showing that. But again, what is it? Is it contagious? Whenever I see Bane, I obviously think of Batman and Bane. I don't know what the word Bane actually means. I'll have it here.
The blood sample I took showed a rather disturbing amount of DNA that doesn't match Teal'c's.
So that bug.
I had the chance to work with Dr. Timothy Harlow. He's one of the world's top geneticists, and he has full security clearance.
He'll be here before the end of the day.
Wow. That's a hell of a statement.
Analysis of the blood sample revealed none of the subject's matching DNA.
The blood sample I took had only a small percentage of alien insect DNA in it.
Now it's taken over. So is it turning him into a bug? So is that why there was no people on the planet? Because they somehow got infected by these bugs, and they all turned into the bugs. So the bugs are the people, or were the people, and it's doing that to Teal'c, in which case he'll become a bug, and he could then attack other people, and they all become bugs. So yeah, contagious in a certain way.
The Goa'uld that Teal'c carries is supposed to provide him with powerful immunity.
Yeah.
Yes, so I read on the plane. It's amazing. It's merely stemming the tide rather than reversing the problem. Until last year, I didn't even know there were aliens.
Oh yeah, this is going to be such a shock to him, all of this, learning about the Goa'uld and what it can do, and Teal'c being from another planet and what he can do. He seems pretty okay with it all, considering it's probably turned his professional and personal world completely upside down. He read it on the plane, and suddenly he probably is actually the expert. No one's an expert in what's going on. He's probably the closest thing they've got. But even so...
I felt great pain, O'Neill, but never sickness such as this.
Big thing for him to admit.
When there is no longer any hope,
Kill him.
I would rather die.
Wow. Big thing for someone to ask. A big thing for him to do.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh.
Hello, Mayborn.
Mayborn.
You would want to see this.
Transfer Teal'c to the other location for study.
It's an official order. I have no choice. President is currently unavailable.
Your mandate is search and retrieval. Mine is research and development.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this organism could be the biological weapon.
Ah. They're not looking to save him, they're looking to examine him as he turns.
General Hammond requests permission to beat the crap out of this man.
Request denied, I think.
You son of a bitch.
Sam?
It had to be you.
Mayborn's people can be unscrupulous. But if Teal'c is to have any chance, it is with me.
So he did know about things then? Well, that implies he knew about Mayborn before he got there, which would mean he must have known about the Stargate. Don't know. That's a bit confusing. Don't quite get how that all worked.
How can we just let this happen?
Can't stop it.
Timothy is the best, and he gave me his word he was going to help Teal'c.
Is his word enough, though? God, he's in chains. Yeah, he could have stopped that. I'm surprised the general didn't put his foot down about that. Oh, it's one thing letting him go, but having him in chains to go. Is that how they transported him? So he's going to escape, isn't he?
We have drugs that may help.
That won't be necessary.
Of course it is. We can.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not going to save him. Oh. Why the hell would you have stopped?
We just picked up an emergency communication from the driver.
He said, "Ah!" It's very informative. Is he taking the Gould out? Oh! Well, that's not good for any of them. He can't survive without the Gould. And it was the Gould was holding back the change. And can the Gould survive outside of Teal'c? So Teal'c was dangerous enough that they put him in chains, but not dangerous enough to have more support in transporting him. A few support vehicles, a few more soldiers following different vehicles. Convenient.
It's alive.
I'm running the search.
This is still my responsibility.
Yeah, you stuffed it
I'm
up.
holding you responsible. But the troops are SGC. I'm running the show. You got a problem with that? Take it up with Hammond.
He will.
I will.
And he'll probably go above.
Striking an officer is a quick way to a court-martial.
I'm not going to hit you, Mayborn. I'm going to shoot you.
This is honest.
What about the larval Gould?
I don't know. He must have taken it out himself.
With the bug influencing him?
He told me he'd rather die than change into something else.
Oh.
I mean, I doubt that he will die.
He depends on that Gould to live.
He'll turn.
The larva may be the only thing that's holding that transformation back.
Now it's gone.
Taking the worm out, he might be expediting this change.
Well, the metamorphosis could be altering his mind.
So it influenced him to do it. Oh, the Ghoul's still alive. So you need to cure Teal'c and put it back in him.
Jolinar might have left me with some information, but okay, look.
Yet another reason you'd be locked up by Mayborn.
And there's no sign of him inside the
Oh
perimeter.
my god, how'd they find him in that?
You got him.
Oh, okay. There we go. That was easy.
Where are you?
I will not say.
Well, he seems himself.
You don't want this to happen. You told me you'd rather die.
So did he remove the Gould because he wanted to die, or did the bug influence him, or was it both?
Well, I have access to several variations of experimental RNA inhibitors which are being researched at the moment.
You knew this, and you didn't offer.
Yeah.
Mayborn was hoping Teal'c would change, and you were going to let him.
You wouldn't have had a choice.
I am offering you my help.
Now? Bit late.
Well, we have to find out which of the drugs will work.
How?
We
Samples?
need the alien insect's venom.
Go back to the planet.
Right at the moment, sir, we don't have a lot of options.
Need to capture one.
Any action on the red phone?
Still indisposed.
That's a bit of a convenient thing that the red phone is not available. That which implies the president's not available. I'm assuming that phone would go to wherever the president is, because that's to be used in extreme planet-wide, planet-destroying emergencies. This has the possibility of spreading to the population, like a plague, and taking out the whole planet, and they can't get through to the president. That's a bit of a convenient plot device, but I can't imagine that be true. I reckon that phone would always get through to the president. Or someone who would answer it and then get to the president straight away.
I'll go, sir.
You'll need someone to watch your back.
And I'll go too.
You'd send a whole load of people. You know, you got to capture one, but you need to make sure you're protected. Oh. Is this his first time out on Earth?
Hey, cool tattoo, man. Where'd you get that?
Well, it's obviously not a tattoo. It's raised.
Remove yourself from my path.
I'll remove myself when you tell me how to do tattoos like that in True Lab.
The skin is cut with an auroch knife. The pure molten gold is poured into the wound.
Wow. Well, you're out of his way.
That guy's cool.
So they cut the skin and then pour it. It looks like gold. I always assumed that's what it was, to be honest. And then they pour gold on it. God, that would hurt. He's literally got a price on his head. Wouldn't they have more heavy firepower than that? They don't need to be there for long. They just need to capture one and get back straight away.
How long have they been gone?
I'm about ready to send SG3 after them.
Should have sent them with support to start with. What's his aim? To hide until he dies? Oh, there's the pigeons they were talking about earlier. I'm assuming that's why he's gone there. Teal'c has gone there to try and just find a corner to curl up in and just die. But that's not what's going to happen. He's turning.
Incoming wormhole. It's SG1.
Get your finger on the shields button. Quick! Whoa! So have they got one and that's one that's come through, or do they need that one? Oh, looks like they winged it.
Just winged it.
Literally, in the wing. What was they sort of frozen it? Oh, that's quite a cool idea. Sort of like cryogenic, simple form.
It seems the final stage of the metamorphosis requires a dark place, and they couldn't prevent their demise at the hands of a simple insect.
Reassuring. So they incubate within the body.
So Teal'c isn't going to turn into just one of those things.
Dozens.
Type of weapon do you possess?
A water gun.
I was playing, see? Sorry, man. Please don't freak on me.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to squirt a total stranger like that in a place like that. That's pretty risky for her to be there. Just even at the best of times, if it was just a normal man.
I must have nourishment.
No, that's not him talking. Needs the energy to convert to change.
How about we share it?
She could have just gone and left him. She has shared it. What is that? Don't recognise what it is. We have something called a lion bar here. It looks a little bit like that.
Peanuts and caramel.
Oh, I didn't hear what she said. Something caramel. Peanuts and caramel. Ugh. I hate nuts.
Okay, back to the flash.
No one must know.
How is she not scared? She saw him choke out that one guy in the alley, and now he's there looking ill.
There's the juice.
I know it's better to study a live one, but surely better to kill it. Now, after I got the sample. Suppose there hasn't been more of a transformation.
You a Kimball?
What is a Kimball?
What planet are you from? No, Dr. Richard Kimball, the fugitive.
Right. I wouldn't have got that reference straight away. Now she said the name, full name, yeah, I get it, but I'll have information.
You must leave.
Why?
Because you're going to get turned into a bug and die.
No way. You won't hurt me.
He won't, but the bug will.
I got the sense. My old man gave it to me. He was a cop. He could tell who the bad guys were just by smelling them.
To be fair, he has killed quite a lot of people, though.
Yes, sir. I understand. We will.
Oh, got through now.
So if local authorities find Teal'c, we get him back.
Yes. But Mayborn still has jurisdiction to continue his search.
To be fair, more people It's better at this stage. It's now beyond saving Teal'c. It's beyond. It's got to the stage they just capture him to stop this from spreading. How have they narrowed it down to the area? I mean, they spoke to those guys who I assume said they saw Teal'c walk in that direction, but even so,
It's up here. It's not a long way.
a nice little dark place for him to transform in. Lovely.
It's this drug that's actually slowing the transformation in the sample. Now, that wouldn't cure a normal human, but
With the gold.
its natural healing abilities.
We may not have that for much longer.
The gold can't survive. Needs to be put inside someone. Ideally Teal'c. But once it's put inside someone, that's it. I think I had this conversation before. They can't just remove it afterwards because it does remove the person's immune system, so they can't just put in someone temporarily. But they really just walked out like that, wouldn't they? Just put your arms up or something. I know it's a child, but you can't see that well with the mask on and everything.
This is all we found.
This.
I work for the United States of America. Your government, the good guys.
Right. I ain't seen nobody, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Because I don't like the way you smell.
Oh, she thinks he's a bad guy.
From the looks of it, we only have minutes.
Minutes.
That's too bad you can't zap it with those paddles like they do on ER.
Oh, looks like yes they can. What, shoot it with a Zac gun?
Okay, so then all we need is a small enough power source.
Just dump a battery or something in there in the water or the liquid. Electrocute it. Throw in a hairdryer.
They're gone.
Realistically, I know it sounds silly saying realistically in this scenario, but he's too far gone to be saved. Or at least saved back to 100% of how he was.
This is like serious alien stuff going on here.
Yep. Surprised they let her go. I thought Mabel would have taken her for interrogation. Oh, they are literally putting a battery in there.
It was so simple.
And it was Jack's idea.
My work here is done.
Yeah, he is simple. He's not, but when it comes to technology and stuff, he is.
Yeah. Colonel?
And science stuff.
I only had to talk to about 15 people to get to you. Do you know a big dude named Teal'c?
What, they let her ring through all the different departments? I don't think so. Even mentioning Teal'c's name, they wouldn't have got put through to Jack like that. She wouldn't have got through directly.
O'Neill,
Yeah, it's me.
Honour your promise.
kill me.
But you're gonna make it.
How are they not wearing gloves or anything? Or protective gear? He's literally got open wounds.
With the help of the drug, it appears the symbiote has stopped the metamorphosis.
What about reversing it?
Mayborn has ordered the insect specimen and all related research transferred.
Ah.
Well, as soon as Teal'c is fully recovered, the insect is going to be involved in an unfortunate lab accident. I'm afraid I'll have to take full responsibility.
Okay, maybe he's not so bad after all. Well, still have a... Well, it depends on what he does, but still have a dead sample. Sounds like he's going to completely incinerate it, though, and get rid of it completely. Oh. I don't know why, but I was thinking there was going to be a shot of something in the corner, like I don't know, one of them had gone out or something. We're going to see one little bug or something. I don't know. I thought it was going to end like that. I reacted to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's the kind of thing they do on that. They'd have something like that at the end. Yeah, thinking about it now, they wouldn't do it at the end of this one because it would still multiply and it still could take over the world. But I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Greetings, Allie.
You're okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't be 100%.
To show my gratitude, I have brought you a new weapon.
Oh.
One with increased range and firepower.
Oh, that's good. Increased range and firepower.
Time to play?
Actually, guess we shouldn't have loaded it.
Yeah.
How else would she defend herself?
That's nice to see his playful side. Yeah, isn't that his first time out of the base? Sort of, seeing Earth. Not the best way to see it, in the way he was, and say, not the most salubrious of places to see it either. That rundown building, but that was nice at the end to see Tilk playing like that. That was quite cool. Yeah. All right episode. I didn't like the way he progressed so far, although I still would have think he would have progressed further after the gold was removed from everything they were saying, and then they just inject him with that. I can't remember what it was. They inject him and then put the gold back in, and then he's 100% back to normal. I don't think in the real world he would have healed 100% like that. It might have stopped it. Maybe they could have reversed it, but he still would have been. He'd have some. There'd be repercussions from what happened to his body. I know it's convenient to say that the gold would just heal him and put him back to normal, but I don't know. Just doesn't sit right with me. It's weird how they make that. I can't remember his name. Mayborn. I think Mayborn. It's weird how they make him like a bad guy, but he's part of the military. He's part of a department, or that's been set up to study the stuff. He's acting under orders, really. It's not like he's just some random, just doing random stuff. I mean, it's his remit to do what he does. Granted, there's the whole they weren't trying to save Teal'c; they were going to let him transform. I suppose that's bad. There's not really a way of spinning that. That was down to him. That's not following orders. That is on him. I take back what I said. Yeah, he's actually not a great guy. But in general, because they don't know about that, what he does is his job normally. So, and I still stand by they should never go to a planet and return directly to Earth. They should be going somewhere else, where they have a quick check, just to make sure, at the best of times, even if nothing goes wrong, they have a quick check just to make sure everything's all right. Then they come back to Earth. Not much, not long, just a quick check. And then, but something like this happens, they could go there, and then they bring resources from Earth there to sort things, or to help to look into things. Yeah, that's something that needs to happen. Yeah. So let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.